Well, we can say right now that those dreams of getting Martavius Bryant is over. We could say that getting anybody else, bringing Jeremy Maclin back, keeping Mac Hollins as the number 2 receiver and just signing a backup is over. But what I want to talk to you about, the Eagles, breaking news today. Mike Wallace just signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. About $4 million deal worth about, it's worth about $4 million for the year. I think $2.5 million in incentives. Right under the salary cap. Prove it little deal for 31-year-old Mike Wallace. That had 748 yards receiving last year. Pretty productive since Torrey Smith only had about a little over 400 yards. This is probably the best, like I said, remember when I told you guys, a veteran wide receiver that we're going to get is going to be about 30 years old or more. Other than that, Allen Hurns being released at 26, this is all we have. Jeremy Maclin wasn't really, not type of guy that's really going to stay out there. He's been very injured, hasn't been doing well at all. You bring in Mike Wallace now what you got now is a guy that's got a motor on him. Okay? The guy's 31. He's not 25. He's not 23. But the guy could still move his feet. Okay? I'm going to do a little tape study on him. Probably tomorrow or the next day. But this was the best statistic guy that we can get. And this guy, statistically, like I said, before this past year, Mike Wallace was a 1,000-yard receiver. Okay? A 1,000-yard receiver at 30 years old, okay? So, when you really think about it, yeah, pretty much of an upgrade. So, Mike Wallace got 748 yards this year. Torrey Smith only racked up about maybe 700 yards, a little over 700 yards in 2 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers. So, 2 of Torrey Smith's seasons turned into one of Mike Wallace's seasons this past year. Now, we're talking about Joe Flacco now, okay? We're talking about a fucking team. I've never been a Joe Flacco fan, ever, in my fucking life, never. I think the guy needs the perfect pieces around him to be something. I think his time is done. That team is over with. I don't think they're going to get anything. I think it's time for them to, they're desperate at receiver, so they didn't want to pay Mike Wallace anything because of his age. Because we probably would have done the same thing. But at the same time, this guy can still run. This guy has the deep threat ability, better than Torrey Smith. He's more consistent than Torrey Smith, and he will burn someone on that field. When Carson Wentz gets back on the field, it's going to be pretty much over. Not to say that we're going to win the season. We're not going to win, a Super Bowl, or I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm saying with this guy on our team, he's a legitimate deep threat. Yeah, he's 31 years old. But can you imagine a quarterback in Carson Wentz extending plays on his feet? Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, and Zach Ertz on the field at the same exact time. With Mike Wallace, he did not have that in Baltimore. He did not have that last year in Baltimore. And still racked up 748 yards. 4 touchdowns. It's a productive year. 700 yards. If it was 600 yards, it's not the best year. Over 700, 750 yards almost. That's pretty damn good. It's not bad at all. But coming to this team right now, I like it. I do. It's not the guy that I wanted 100% to be on this team. But I think this was a very smart move by the Eagles. I think this was the guy that they needed to put on this team. This is the guy that he was the best out of what they could get in the market right now. Okay? Not just money-wise, but as of a player statistically and what he brings to the table and what this guy could bring to this offense. So this guy's not washed up. He's not done. He's definitely not done, okay? The Eagles believe in him. Mike Wallace believes in this team. He's going to a championship team as of this year coming up. okay? And I've already seen, there was actually a lot of love going around. I saw some comments, a lot of love going around for Mike Wallace. You know, some people, I made my video, some people were like, oh, he's washed up, he ain't got it anymore. Let me tell you something. If Torrey Smith did the plays that he did, and he's doing it without, you know, he's been very inconsistent with his catching, his route running. He just didn't have it during the season. 2 touchdowns wasn't a lot, but the yards weren't there either. But the problem is, too, you look at the other point of what we have right now, and the other flip of the coin is that we have Nelson Aguilar, Zach Ertz, Alshon Jeffrey. This is a very good offense. This is a very good wide receiver group. This is a wide receiver group. 3 of those players had over 7 touchdowns and didn't care about, oh, I need the ball. I need to get the ball. Mike Wallace is a selfless player. He is not like that. He is not drama. And he is going to feel really good being on this team. And this guy could do some damage. He's done damage to us in the past. And, you know what I mean? There's a lot of positives coming out of this. The cons about getting Mike Wallace on this team is that, is he going to have it? Is he going to be explosive? Is he going to, is he fast as we think he's fast? You know what I mean? You want to hear my opinion? I think this guy is going to flourish in this offense. And you guys got to believe it, because honestly, you're not going to get anyone better. Okay? 31 years old, but honestly, we're going to be drafting a receiver this year in the first round. I got a feeling it's going to happen. But this guy on our team right now, with Mike Wallace, with that deep threat ability, no, he's not going to be, you know, getting the ball consecutively so many times. But I'm telling you, there's too many players on this team that we could feed the rock to, okay? Too many. But Mike Wallace is a perfect pickup. Perfect in every way, shape, or form. You can't fuck this up. You really can't. Because he was the only guy that statistically was pretty damn good. Did good for that Ravens offense, but they didn't want to pay him. I mean, you're not going to pay a 31-year-old receiver. What are you going to pay him? You know what I mean? He's a number 2 receiver, so how much do you think he's going to be worth? But he's coming to Philly. He's going to prove himself. He's on a prove-it deal pretty damn much. I'm not saying we're going to carry him. He might just be a 1-year rental. But, hey, you know, Torrey Smith left in good hands. Very classy guy in Torrey Smith. And you know, I appreciate everything he's done for us. I'll never forget what he's done for this team. But this guy has his shot. This guy has a shot at really lighting the damn field up this year. Okay, so you really got to be happy about this, okay? No, we didn't get Martavis Bryant. Let me tell you something. If there was even a chance we were going to get Martavis Bryant, we would have to give up more than a 4th or 5th round pick, which they wanted, but who knows, because they change their damn mind every 2 seconds. So there's no more big moves. The big move is over. The Eagles are not doing any more big moves. I highly doubt it. I think this is it. I knew this wasn't going to be an explosive free agency. But I maybe thought they would have been made one splash. But it didn't happen. But we don't need it. Okay? If it's something towards the draft, then cool. But if it's not, then I don't expect anyone else to be on this team. So, I'm happy about this. I hope you guys are. Don't knock this guy off the don't knock this guy off the pedal too fucking hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There was only some. They had to bring in somebody. But I think this guy is probably the most statistically, and he's the best fit. You know what I mean? Had a few injuries here and there. Last year he was all right with injuries. I think he got nicked up like 1 time last year, but nothing serious. But overall, the guy's healthy. The guy could run, and the guy could fly. So, hey, we can't complain. We got a deep threat on our team now. So, Mike Wallace, welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles. That's all I got to say. It's your boy, Joey Shake 72. Shake squad up. Peace.